You're not overwhelmed because you have too much to do. You're overwhelmed because you're solving the wrong problem. And I can prove it because there are only 4 reasons a CEO parent stays stuck. Are you ready for them? Only 4. And once you figure out which one is yours, everything changes. I promise you. That's what we're doing today. We are going to dive into the 4 reasons CEO parents stay stuck, and we're going to get you out of there. I'm Lauren Apple, founder of Profit and Presence Co. I help CEO parents go from overwhelmed to strategic so that they can make everything happen for their clients without missing bedtime at home. And this is probably the most important thing I teach. More than time management, more than delegation, more than any tactic. Because tactics don't work if you're applying them in the wrong problem. Okay, you have to solve the right problem. And most CEO parents are applying them to the wrong problem, not the right one. And I built a free assessment that walks you through exactly what I am about to teach. It takes 5 minutes and it tells you which zone you're stuck in. And it gives you your one next right move. It's in the description below. Make sure you grab it now so you can score yourself as we go. Are you ready? Here's what I see constantly. A CEO parent comes to me and they say, Lauren, I need to hire. And I ask them, what are you hiring for? And they say, I just need help. I'm drowning. I'm overwhelmed. I have no time. That's not a hiring problem. That's a clarity problem. You don't know what to hand off. You don't know who to hand it off to because you don't know what you should be doing in the first place. Or someone says to me, Lauren, I've hired 3 VAs and none of them have worked out for me. So I ask, did they have documented processes to follow? No, I was training them as I went. That's not a people problem. That's a systems problem. Or someone says to me, Lauren, I know exactly what I need to do. I have the team, I have the processes, but I still can't get ahead. So I ask them, what does your calendar look like? And every single hour is committed. They are overwhelmed. That's not a strategy problem. That's a capacity problem. The problem is I'm overwhelmed. It's never I'm overwhelmed, right? The problem is never I'm overwhelmed. That's a symptom. You don't go to a doctor for a symptom. You go to a doctor for a diagnosis. And the diagnosis here of overwhelm is actually which 4 zone you're in and which one is actually broken. And until you know that, every solution you try is simply a guess. It's taking a stab in the dark. When I walk groups through this diagnostic, whether it's in a workshop, a coaching session, or even just a quick exercise on a podcast, the reaction is always the same. People go quiet for a second. And then they say, oh, I've been working on the wrong thing. I've been solving the wrong solution. And that's the moment. Because the overwhelm doesn't come from having 4 problems. It comes from not knowing which one to solve first. What is your true bottleneck? And once you know that, the fog, it lifts, okay? You stop spinning, you make one move, the right move, and all of a sudden momentum comes back. If you want me to walk you through this personally, I would love to jump on a call with you. I run free strategy sessions every 6 weeks for CEO parents. So let me give you the full framework right now so you can start diagnosing yourself today. Okay, we're gonna jump all in. You're gonna be able to solve the problem. So zone 1, get a piece of paper and write it down if you're not already. Zone 1 is clarity. And here's the question that unlocks it. What do you actually want? What do you actually want? Not what does your business need, not what do your clients expect, not what your business coach is telling you to do, not what does the next level look like on paper. What do you want? It doesn't have to be what everybody else wants. It can be just for you and it needs to be. Most CEO parents cannot answer that question clearly. They can tell you their revenue goal. They can tell you their next launch. They can tell you the new things that they're working on, but they can't tell you what they want their Tuesday at 3 p.m. to look like every single week. And here's the thing that I've learned through working with all these CEO parents and doing it for myself as a mom of 5, running a multi-6-figure business. Clarity doesn't come from thinking harder. Clarity comes from action, doing something about it. You don't sit in a room and figure out what you want. You test something. You try a version of the schedule. You test it out. You say no to something and you see how it feels. You take an afternoon off and you notice whether you're relieved or anxious. You are able to get data. That's how clarity actually shows up. You do something, you test it, you prove it, you get the analytics, you get the data, and you refine it. You make it work for you. So signs you're stuck in the clarity zone. 1, you keep changing strategies every few months. You can't stick with something. 2, you feel busy, but you can't explain what you're building towards. 3, you compare yourself to other entrepreneurs constantly. And 4, you say, I just need to figure out what I want, but you never do. If that's you, your next move isn't a new system, it's a decision. Even a temporary one to try out. Pick a direction and test it for 90 days. Stick with it. The clarity comes from the motion, not from the planning. All right? That's zone 1, clarity. Zone 2, we're going to jump right in, is capacity. And the question is, what do you need? And not what do you want, that's clarity. Capacity is what do you need? Specifically, how many hours do you actually have every day? And are you trying to fit a 50-hour business into a 25-hour life? It doesn't work. Capacity isn't about motivation. It's not about discipline. It is simple math. If you close your laptop at 4 p.m. every day like I do, actually some days it's 2 or 2:30, 5 kids, non-negotiable, and you work from 5 a.m. to 4 p.m. with breaks, school runs, and meals in there, right? Maybe some bio breaks in there. You've got maybe a focused 6 hours. That's it. 6 hours for that day. That's your capacity. So when someone tells me they need to add a podcast and launch a course and do the next big thing and start speaking and build a team and do all the things that a business coach or strategy has told them to do, I say, great. Which 2 of those are you cutting? Because you don't have room for all 4 right now. That's a capacity problem. So here's my test. If you can't fit it in your day, okay, and you still close the laptop at 4 p.m., so if you can't fit it in your day and still close the laptop when you want to, or whatever your hard stop is, right? It doesn't have to be 4 p.m. like mine. You do you. It doesn't get on the list, period. Nothing else is determined there, right? Your capacity is your constraint. And constraints aren't the enemy, guys. As a CEO parent, constraints are actually what force you to be strategic instead of just busy and running all over the place. Here are the signs that you're stuck in the capacity zone, zone 2. You know what to do, but you can't find time to do it. Your calendar is 100% full with no margin, no breathing room, no white space. You feel like you need more hours, not more strategy. You're working nights and weekends just to keep up. If that's you, your next move isn't adding anything. Nothing. Do not add anything, okay? It's actually removing something. And this is one of the hardest things for CEOs to grasp. What can you stop doing this week? That's the first step in the road method. Remove. And it's always where capacity problems get solved. Always. Every single time. Remove, okay? So we have done clarity, zone 1, capacity, zone 2, zone 3 is systems. And the question is, how does this actually work? That's the question you need to be asking yourself. How does this actually work? This is the CEO parent who has the clarity. They know what they want. They have the capacity. They've created the space, the buffer, the freedom in their calendar, right? But every time they step away, things fall apart because the business runs on them, not on systems. Systems aren't sexy, okay? They're not cool. Nobody gets excited about writing an SOP for client onboarding. But here's what systems give you. They give you the ability to take a vacation without your phone, without Slack, without email. They give you the ability to delegate without babysitting your team. They give you the ability to grow without personally doing more. They give you the ability to have profit and presence. That's what we're all about here, guys. There are 4 levels to getting a business off of you. Level 1 is documentation. You write down how you do things. Level 2 is delegation. Someone else does what you documented. Write it down, someone else does it. Sometimes someone else is AI, right? Level 3 is decision frameworks. The person you delegated to can make judgment calls without asking you. And then level 4 is true systems and support. The business has structure that runs whether you're in the room or not. Most CEO parents are stuck between level 1 and level 2. They've delegated, but they haven't documented, right? So their team is constantly asking questions, constantly coming back for feedback, constantly coming back because you become the bottleneck. And it feels like it's faster to just do it myself because you've gotten into that place. That is not a team problem. It's not a bad hire problem. It's a systems problem. So here are signs that you're stuck in the systems zone. And this is zone 4. This is zone 3, sorry. You've hired help, but you're still the bottleneck. Your team asks you a lot of quick questions. You can't take a day off without things slipping. Maybe even a week. You can't take a week off. You do the same things over and over again, but you never document them. If that's you, your next move this week is to document your top 3 recurring tasks. Top 3. Just screen record yourself doing them. Get on Zoom by yourself. Get on Loom. Talk through what you're doing. Literally only takes like another 5 to 8 minutes longer than if you were just doing it on autopilot. That's it. Take one afternoon, unlock everything that follows, okay? Document your top 3 systems and you will be able to get that off your plate. That's zone 3. Zone 4 is support. And the question you ask here is, who can help? Not what can they do, who can help? This is the CEO parent who has the clarity, the capacity, and the systems already in place, but the wrong people, or not enough people, or not the right people or they have the right people in the wrong seats. I'll be honest, this is the zone where I see the most expensive mistakes. Someone hires a VA when they need an executive assistant. Someone hires an executive assistant when they need a housekeeper, okay? It could be your home, guys, that's causing the stress and the chaos and the burnout. Someone hires a marketing person when what they actually need is to stop offering 7 different services. I know this can be so hard to hear, you guys. But here's a question I ask every CEO parent I work with. Have you hired a housekeeper yet? Because your home needs to be taken care of. And if the answer is no, that's usually the first hire, not a VA. You need to be able to come home, open your door to your office, and de-stress. And you can't do that if your house is a mess. Because the hours you're spending cleaning, cooking, organizing your home, those are hours your business will never get. A housekeeper buys you 5 to 10 hours a week of capacity. Capacity for margin for your family or capacity in your business. A VA doesn't come close until your systems are in place. So signs that you're stuck in the support zone. You know what to delegate, but you don't have the right person. You've had bad hiring experiences and now you just do it all yourself because it's so much easier, right? Your team exists but isn't performing the way you need. And lastly, you're the only one who can do the most important work in your business. If that's you, your next move this week isn't hiring someone new. It's honestly evaluating who you have and whether they're in the right seat today, right now, doing the things that you've given them. And sometimes the fix is repositioning someone, not replacing them, not overhauling their job, but repositioning them into a different role. So here's the whole framework again in one sentence. You are stuck in one of 4 zones. Okay, one of 4 zones. Clarity, capacity, systems, or support. And once you identify which one of the 4 zones you are in, you make one singular move, not 5, one move. And the overwhelm starts to dissolve. Not 4 moves today, not 5 moves today, not a 90-day overhaul. One move in the right zone. You begin to get clarity with that action, right? And when I figured this out for myself, it was a systems problem. I had the clarity. I knew what I wanted. I had the capacity. I was ruthless about my 4 p.m. hard stop, about not working on Friday afternoons. I even had great people, but nothing was documented. So every time I tried to hand something off, it was still kind of in my head, or it was nuanced, or it felt complicated. It came back to me in 2 days, or I had to redo the whole thing, or it was an overhaul, or it was done completely opposite of what I was expecting because there was no system underneath it. So one afternoon of screen recording my top 5 processes and getting into the habit of having Loom for all my feedback, it changed the trajectory of my entire business. That's what I want for you today. So what is your zone? Write it down. Clarity, capacity, systems, or support. You probably already know. You felt it during one of these 4 sections I was talking through the questions I was asking. It was that little nagging voice saying, oh, that's me moment, right? Trust that. That's your zone. Here's what I want you to do right now. Step 1, go through those 4 questions that I asked you. What do you want? What do you need? How does this work? And who can help? Those are your 4 questions. Whichever one of those makes you the most uncomfortable or is the least clear in your mind, that's your zone. Step 2, make one move in that zone this week. Just one. Okay, it's so hard when we have initiative to only do one thing, but just make one move. Clarity, make a decision you've been avoiding. You know what it is. Capacity, remove one thing from your calendar. I think you probably also know what that is. Systems, document one recurring task. You should know what that is. And support, have an honest conversation about who's in which seat. Step 3, grab the free 4 zones assessment that's linked in the description of this video. It scores you across all 4 zones and it tells you exactly which one is the highest priority. It takes 5 minutes. It's the same diagnostic I use with all of my coaching clients and in my workshops. Okay, go and take it. And if you want to go deeper, if you want to get more intense into this, if you want me to personally walk you through your zones and hold you accountable to making those moves and help you figure out which one is going to change everything for you, come to the next free activation session. And the link to that is below. We would love to have you there. And it's exactly what it sounds like, okay? Exactly what it sounds like. We audit where your overwhelm is actually coming from. We help you figure it out. The link to that, again, is in the description below. Drop a comment. Tell me which zone you are in and what one action you're going to take this week. I read every single comment. I respond to every single email. I would love to connect with you. I'll see you next week.